Easy peasy. Hey, welcome to the live. Welcome to the stream. Another Sunday switching session. Excuse me. What have we got today? We're halfway through a switch list I started the other day. Switched out some yesterday. Halfway through it today, so we're going to get into that. Let's be loaded. So that's all loaded up. All right. Oh dear, what have we got today to pick up? So pick up box. And door number 2. All right, we got a little bit of switching to do. 2085, that needs to come out. LA, that needs to come out. And then that one needs to come out. I'll get that LA first, so I can run around it. Hey Jamie, welcome to the stream. I'm going good. Another warm day here in Western Australia, and we've got I'm back on night shift tonight, so I don't start till 9:30 tonight, so I got plenty of time today. So what have you been up to, Jamie? I think my brother's supposed to be on here. I tried ringing him before, but I couldn't get through. Tell you what, it's so warm. I'm going to go get a fan. Right, I'm back. I just had to go get a fan because it's getting pretty warm here. My finger is good. No, that's right. You didn't get it cut off. Didn't spend a night in hospital. I'm running out of plugs to plug stuff in. Put that on low. It shouldn't be too bad. 8 on the chat. Hey everyone. Hey Timothy. Welcome to the stream. We got some switching to do today. I'm going to do this without tripping over this charger cable. Maybe I'll unplug that just for now. 18 on the chat. Hey, welcome everyone to the stream. Oh, sorry for that. About to start some switching. Okay, now I'm going to go and grab the LA, the wagon all the way down the back. It's wagon down here. I need to grab that one. This one needs to be grabbed, and also I've got a fruit wagon over here. Needs to be grabbed. And the pus was on the band. Oh, excellent, lovely. Oh, that's alright then. That's a good story. At least you didn't have to get it cut off. Right. Yeah, I did a switching session yesterday and I did half of my switch list and I didn't quite finish it, so I'm going to do the other half of my switch list today. Yankee IF Hernandez. How you going, man? Welcome to the stream. No one does get it cut off. Yeah. Good old New Zealand Railway switching. I'm going to come over here. Good old Sunday. And of course you have to have a beer with it. So, driving trains and drinking beer, what could go wrong? Oh, that's cold. I was going to do a large switching session last night because we had last night off. I got night shift tonight, but I had last night off. I had a whole night to do some switching. I can't see a thing because that's shadow. But I literally just went straight off to bed. There we go. I gotta get some, when I get this layout properly set up, I'm gonna put some proper lights. I see people use the tube light, the string lights. I don't know. I hate how each little bulb puts a little light on top of the railhead. But we'll see what else is out there. Yeah, 25 days. It's scary, isn't it? So scary, 25 days to Christmas. And where's the year gone? The older you get, the quicker it goes too. I've got locomotive 3332 today. Usually I'm using 3021. What am I doing for Christmas? I was going to go to New Zealand to see my brother, but that didn't eventuate. So I'm not too sure. I got nothing planned anyway. Nothing going on. So for me, it'll be a cheap Christmas. What is it? What about yourself? Yeah, it's it. I've Paul McCartney, hey, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Sunday switching session. Yeah, I'm not doing anything for Christmas actually, now that yeah. What about yourself? What's everyone else doing for Christmas? I've got one itchy foot. I'll tell you what, this Christmas will be my last Christmas in this house before I move to my new one. So I can't exactly, I can't like work on the layout. Yeah, if I was already in my other house, I would spend Christmas working on the layout, on the extension. What type of train is that? This is. Yes, this layout's all based on freight, and it's based in New Zealand. This is New Zealand Railways models. Bit different to the European and the American models you get all the time. At Christmas, I'm going to have food. Also, you're moving out of Western Australia for you. No, I'm not. No, I'm not moving out of Western Australia. I'm still staying here in Perth. I'm just moving houses here in Perth. I wouldn't move out of Western Australia. New Zealand's too expensive to go back and live there. And everywhere else you go in Australia, it's too expensive and you've got to pay tolls to drive on roads. So, being in the world's most remotest city is actually quite good. We're in Perth, so I'm in Perth Metro. So, north of the river. Perth, you talk to people from Perth, they always ask, are you north of the river or south of the river? Actually, I should go back and I need to go to the Apple and Pear board. I gotta pick one wagon up in there. I'll do that while I'm up here actually. I always get those turnouts mixed up. There we go. City of Perth away. I'm literally where I am now. I'm like 20 minutes from the CBD, 20 minutes from the city, so yeah. I won't disclose too much information on live, but yeah. My shadow's in the way, isn't it? And I got my hat on. And the lighting is so bad. Couple up to that one. I was going to go out last night. I was all ready to go out, and then for some reason I had a massive headache. And I was, nah, definitely not. It wouldn't have had anything to do with the 13 beers that I drank beforehand, but yeah, I just had a splitting headache. Yeah, it was nasty. No, it's not. I've got to get this last fruit wagon. But I think I've only got February. February is when I'm going to move out of here. So what are we now? We're basically December now. So December, January, just over 2 months. I'll be tearing this layout down again and moving it off to the new house. To my house, I won't be renting or anything. Right, I've got my wagon. I'll put these two back. What's everyone else in the chat there? If you're listening, what are you guys up to for Christmas? Actually, what you see me doing right now is probably what I'll be doing for Christmas. What has happened to Australia? Youth crime and shopping centres. Something needs to be done. Oh, well, they took away punishment, didn't they? Can't get punished anymore, so people just run rampant. Yeah. Yeah, you get punished for that. I mean, actually, I just read in the paper the other day that a car struck a pedestrian and killed them, and they got off with no jail time. Apparently, he was under the influence or something. Yeah, I seen that. We get there's a fair bit of that going on. We had one the other day actually. Probably a couple of weeks ago there was another stabbing. But it happens quite often. It happens, it's just another day really. But as I said, they don't get punished for it, so there's no consequences. And they do it in broad daylight. What in a shopping centre? No, this one wasn't in a shopping centre. This was on this was actually on our work site. One of our work sites. So that happens all the time. Happens everywhere. But yeah. Hey, Stefan, how you going, mate? You made it. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining. Hey, I've been watching your videos too, man. They're bloody quite good. It's very interesting, actually. I've never ever seen one of those kits getting made, so I've been glued onto those. Yeah, that tender definitely looks like it's giving you grief. Um, just doing a bit of, it's pretty much finished now. Oh, nice. It looks so fiddly and everything, but it's, you take your time, I suppose. It'll come out quite nice. Did you get your solder in the end, your low mount solder you were after? Did they go into lockdown? Jake, no. No, this was just on our work site. Like, I work on the roads, and whoever it was, they got stabbed by our machinery. And then when we eventually came into work, because we were on night shift, this happened during the day. And then when we were on night shift, we came in that night and we were told to just be careful of any blood and stuff around. But no, yeah, happens quite a bit. What was I doing? What was I doing? I've done this before. Oh, that's right. I've got to do the old switcheroo, as they say it in Australia. Yeah, 2 sticks arrived the other day along with three 50-foot second class cars. Oh, nice. They'll look good. They'll look good getting pulled behind it. Oh, I've lost a wagon. Oh, it's off the track. How the hell did that happen? Oh, I didn't have the turnout switched right across. I'd switched it, but it didn't go all the way across. There was a stabbing in a high school last week. 7 people got stabbed. Oh. Yeah, it happens quite a bit. So I'm gonna pick up this KS wagon. So I'll put this in here, sort these wagons out, and then I'll run around the LA, add it to that consist. The next JA tender will be an interesting build, as the sides of the coal bunker will be scratch built. Oh, okay. Be very interesting. I got 2 spare bogies that when I bought my bitumen tank car, I changed out the bogies for Type 14s. So I've got 2 spare bogies, and my brother reckons I should be building a, what did you call it? A S wagon, an S something. It's like a bogie flat car. SJ might be. It was in Alaska. Well, that usually happens a bit over there. Right, so I'm going to switch these cars around a bit more. I'm going to lower you guys down a bit, so you're not so high up. Sorry if the camera's moving around too much. Not as worse as last year. Well, that's good then. I'll shuffle these around because I've got to put the NC back into the siding. We got 6 people on 3 lights. The last video I did was an absolute flop. It's been out for like a week now. I think I got like 63 views, I think. which is so strange because all the other videos I put out, get hundreds of views. I haven't done anything different with this one. And just, I guess it's just a lithogram or something. So, and it was backed up with a short as well, and I think it was like 1.5 thousand people watched the short, but only 60 something people watched the video. So, I'm not too sure. Ebbs and flows, I was always taught. Ebbs and flows. Australia has 27 million people. Well, there you go. And I had 26 million people in front of me the other day trying to get to work. Yeah, night shift doesn't start till 9:30 tonight, so give me plenty of time. I'm going to sit that here. My shorts outperform my 30-minute. Yeah, it's strange. I don't know why it does that because, well, sometimes my videos outperform my shorts, but shorts just go absolutely mental. And you've attached a video to them in the link, and nothing happens on your video. So you think with I got like 570 something subscribers, you'd think you'd get more than 60 something views, but I checked it all, made sure it's not all private and all that. So yeah, I don't know. It must be just the luck of the draw sometimes, I guess. I don't know where Brad is. I tried ringing him before I went live, but there was no answer. He might be out doing his run or something. But he knows I go live this time, each day, each Sunday. Yeah, true, yeah. I've got I got a few Facebook sites, like I post them on my own Facebook page and everything as well, and other Facebook sites, but yeah. Righto, Jamie, take it easy, man. I'll see you next one. I've also been trying to go live on TikTok, and apparently I needed 50 views, 50 followers to go live. When I got to 50 followers, it said, "Congratulations, you can now go live." But when I go live, it won't let me. And then I found out you got to have 1,000 followers. So I don't know what the story is. Push that on a little bit further. 14 people on the chat. Welcome to the Sunday switching stream. Uncouple here. Now I've got to go out and I've got to run around the wagon that's behind the locomotive there. And then push that wagon into the back here. I think that's the fun part about these switching layouts is you got to run around some wagons and others you don't. You got like a knee will do. Uncouple. So I was looking around at sound decoders for these locomotives, and the one that's going to match the DJ sound is the old Alco sounds. And I've listened to a few of them, and they're about as close as I can get without actually having a full-on late model EMD sound or something. So the old Alcos might have to be the way for a sound decoder. We've got plenty of room in the shell there for the speaker and all that bits and pieces, so it's not going to be long before I'm getting bored, so I want to do something now. So I want to have a look at putting sound in these locos. The only hard part is trying to get the horn to match, because I don't think you can get a horn to match the DJs, but we'll see. Hey, welcome there at Surf XV Lana. Welcome to the stream, welcome to the live stream. So the next, maybe that's what I'll buy myself for Christmas. I'll buy a couple of sound decoders, and I'm looking at Digitrax do them, but to get the Alco, it's got to be a Soundtrax decoder, which I'm looking at. A normal 8-pin sound decoder. And also have the 2-wire terminals for current keeper, stay alives. Oh, big old shadows in the way. Look, that's disgusting. Sorry about the shadow, guys. So I'll couple this up to those previous wagons. If you got like 5, you can modify the sound to suit the DJs and things. Oh, okay, so you can... How do you do that? Because I don't have a laptop or a computer or anything. Is that something you can do by changing the CVs or something? Or I don't have means of a computer or downloaded software. This is all new to me. I mean, I started in DCC, just the basics of DCC. Now I'm sort of getting bored of it and I want to add sound. That one there. Loc 5. Uncouple that NC. And we have got, pull that out. So these 3 wagons here need to go over to Alexandra. No, it has to be a loaded sound file from a computer. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't have... I mean, there's a guy that I know in the local hobby shop. He's like a decoder expert whiz. Maybe I could sort of get him to... He was the guy that installed the decoders in these locos. Maybe I could get him to have a look at it. And see what can be done. Okay, so I'm heading off to Clyde. That LA still needs to be weathered. The LA and the ZA is the only 2 wagons that haven't been quite weathered just yet. But we're getting there, little bits by little bits. Oh, sorry for moving the camera around, guys. I'm just going to reposition. Coming into Clyde. Right. I'll try and keep us in the loop. That would be the route I would take, Scott. Yeah. Definitely see if he can change it. I'll have to give him a video clip of an actual DJ so he knows what they sound like, because this guy, he's a Australian. When he put the decoders in these locomotives, he'd never even seen one of these locomotives before. So right, I'm just going to check where everything's going. Clyde cartage, door number 2. Has to go out the other way. Okay, so we've got a fair bit to do. Put that into Clyde cartage straight away. Okay. We got. Hey Nathan, how you going, man? Welcome to the Sunday stream. We've just come over from Alexandria. We've just arrived in Clyde, and we've got some wagons to set out. So, what have you been up to, Nath? I might need another beer shortly. Is it going to fit? I don't know if we're going to fit. Been busy, but did a bit of work on the DG. That's good, at least you're getting some modelling in. Yeah, been busy too. We've been busy at work, so apart from the last live stream, I've done a couple of operation sessions, but from the last live stream, have not so much. I put out a video that was a week ago. I think I put the video out last time I did the stream. Oh, that's right, it's afternoon. Yeah, it must be like 3 o'clock or something over there. Chris Bell, how you going, mate? Welcome. You can do the switch back. Did I switch that across? Oh no. I thought I did. $3.46. Well, there you go. I don't know where Brad is. I told Brad I was going live, but also we got an email back from 3'6" about the loco show I was talking about on the last stream. Yes. How far away is that? Hello from the US, Chris Bell. Hello from Australia. I'm from Australia. A lot of these viewers are from New Zealand. This is all New Zealand model railways. Yeah, so what was 3'6" talking about there, Nathan? I've got a chassis. I was looking at getting. Remember we were talking in the last stream about the DB, the DBR. I've got a chassis that I could use, so I was thinking about getting a shell or something for it. What's happening? I'm a beginner, watching different people on how to get things together without doing it twice. Well, you probably come to the wrong channel because I usually do everything twice, but welcome to the stream. What's happening? I'm a beginner. So, Richard, are you a beginner in model railways or? Didn't even get a notification that I went live. I'll tell you, I don't know what's going on because my brother said the same thing. He said he didn't get a notification either. So I've checked all of my settings. All of my settings are fine. So I'm not too sure why the notifications aren't, they aren't coming up. So actually, I might push it a little bit further. Australia, Australia, Australia. We love you, Australia. Hey, thanks, Chris. But I'm not actually Australian. I'm actually a New Zealander, but I live in Australia. um, just for some reason, no one sort of really likes to live in Australia because apparently we get all the deadly animals. So, but it's not that bad. Yeah, Nathan, I got to look into. I might actually Google that and see what's going on because I've gone through all my settings and everything. I enjoy Aussie Rails. Are you familiar with Aussie Rails? Rings a bell. Yeah, rings a bell, but can't say I actually do. Collecting a lot of parts, trucks, and engines. Yeah, that's where you start off. Get a little collection together. What brand is the DBR chassis? Just curious. It's an old Athearn blue box. And the side frames and all that are actually metal, I believe. Fishplate Films and Jason Wood are good Aussie modelling channels. Yes. Also Luke Towan, but he's changed now. I think he goes by the name. He changed his name. Luke Towan. He used to be called Luke Towan, but then he changed his name. Actually changed his gender and everything. Actually, he's a bloody good Aussie modeler. We'll hook onto that. An SD7 9, I assume. Yes, it's a SD. It's an SD9. SD9 chassis. Actually, and I think if I can find it. I had it around. Don't ask me to find it just yet. It's going to be in one of my storage boxes, but yeah. Yeah, it's old, but it's got one of those old can motors with the flywheels, and actually, very surprisingly, it runs very, very smoothly. On DC, I've yet to convert it to DCC. The knots on the side of the boards for switches. Yes. Yeah, these little things here. These are how they're push pull. That's how I turn the turnouts. That's how I move the switches. I made my own little push pull rods. No, Luke Towan isn't a dude. No, he changed. He changed genders. I think he goes by Natalie or something now. Natalie or Estelle, I can't remember, but he doesn't even look like a guy anymore. To be honest, he's done the full switch up. Yeah, so converting the Athearn chassis, it's have to isolate the motor and all the rest of it. There's a bit to it. It's not straightforward, but watching a few YouTube videos and that I've seen people do on it, I reckon can be done. I'm going to give it a go anyway because it's a nice running chassis. It's a nice running chassis. Yeah, yeah, Stefan. It took me by surprise too, actually. But yeah, look it up. Look up Luke Towan, and you'll come up with his videos, and then go onto his channel, and you'll see that he's changed. But still a good modeler. But it's just so strange after, because I followed him for a few years. It's just so strange after following him for a number of years, being a male, and now all of a sudden it's a female. But oh well. I think he was just starting to build a layout as well. And I think he got a couple of videos out of him building a layout, and then it's sort of he went away for a little while. Yeah, it's just amazing how some people change, alright? Now, I've gone ahead and I just need to check my... So that one's done. Why have I got a KP? Oh, I've got to put that KP back. I was wondering why that KP was sitting out. I forgot I moved it out and I've got to move it back again. Yeah, there's all sorts going on. I had this KP. Yeah, I pulled this one out, so this one's got to go back. Yeah, come back down that way. Well, I'd not heard that either. There's a few English transponders. Yeah, there's a few of them around. It just took me by a shock. I followed him for so long, and now, yeah. I like your layout. Thanks, Chris. Thanks. It's a sort of set in central Otago, New Zealand. Bland scenery, dead grass. Not too much greenery in central Otago, well, in the summertime anyway. And then the very light blue skies. A lot of these are like thyme plants and stuff dotted around. So that was back to door 3. 12 on the stream. Welcome everyone, welcome to the stream. A good lazy Sunday switching session. Oh yeah, Nathan, I did get that KP painted up silver, so thank you very much. I think you would have seen that on my Facebook page. I've still got to fix up this building here. But, I'll get some patchwork done on it shortly. Just there will do. Oh, wrong direction. Right, now we got to get rid of this LA, which we have to... Where does that got to go? Stage track. Oh, so I've got to run around this one. How long prototype is the boxcar wagon? Ah, well. You're in luck, Chris, because I've got my tape measure here. Where are you? Are you America or Australia? Or somewhere else? Okay, so this is in inches. So if you're in America, it's just a tad over 4 inches long. Oh, you mean like in real life, or? Yeah, sorry, prototype. Yeah, prototype is a boxcar wagon. Yeah, as Stefan said, loco guy there, Chris. 13 foot, yeah. But in model form, yeah, it's just over 4 inches. Yeah, luckily I got an inch ruler. So 13 foot. Where was I? And there's one thing that America didn't have is the four-wheeled wagons. They didn't run the four-wheel wagons. I'm going to go down here because I've got to go run around this LA wagon. Push. I'm going to run round this wagon and then I've got to push this wagon all the way down next to this other wagon down here. And then that will be the last part of the first, my switch list. I did it yesterday or the day before. I did half the switch list and then I've left half of it out. We had 3 wagons in each. So 3 wagons in Alexandra, 3 wagons in Clyde get switched around. So that's 6 wagons in total. And it actually takes quite a bit of time to do one operating session on the switch list, which is what it's all about. That's what you want. We had very small locos and rolling stock in the New Zealand compared to the yes. Yeah. We've got here in Australia, we some of our mining railroads, they run the same track gauge as the US, and we've got a lot of US locomotives over here. We actually got a lot of the old Burlington Northern Santa Fe locomotives got sent over. Burlington Northern Santa Fe and there was another one that we get sent over, but I almost fell over. There was the Forestfield Rail Yards. Was it Forestfield? Or by Gemco Rail there. Driving past there and there's a Burlington Northern Santa Fe locomotive sitting there. I almost fell over. I was like, it got, because we get a lot of our locomotives second hand from America and they come over and they get repainted over here. Get overhauled and repainted. So it was just weird to see a BNSF locomotive here in Perth, Australia. Yeah, with the shorter cars, you don't take up so much real estate on your layout. You got room for more cars on your layout. I know you call them cars, and sort of like the American term and that, but in New Zealand, we call them wagons. Oh, a couple onto there. There's always like a railway wagon, and we call it a railway, not a railroad. So when I bought my railway crossing signals, there's 2 versions. There's the American version that says railroad crossing, but you got to make sure you get the Australian version or New Zealand version that says railway crossing, and they come in colour-coded packs. So you make sure you're getting the right wording. Oh, I went the wrong way. In America, destined to go to New Zealand. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not too sure. No, I know New Zealand track gauge is a lot narrower than the American. Volker Misnia. Might go check him out. I'm sure there weren't the QRs coming from New Zealand to America to get rebuilt. Yeah, could have been. I'm not too sure that America would see New Zealand locomotives because it's the wrong track gauge, etc. In Western Australia here, we run the same track gauge as New Zealand, but then the rest of Australia has got a wider track gauge. If you see some of our railway lines here in Western Australia, we've got dual gauge tracks, so we've got the New Zealand sort of 3 foot 6 inch gauge track, and then there's another rail on the outside. So we run two gauges of train on the same track because the trains coming from over east are a different gauge to the trains here in Western Australia. Queensland, Tasmania have Cape gauge as well. Yeah, it's sort of strange how this one country doesn't have like the same gauge. I mean, well, it's one country, but we're two different governments. But yeah, it's just strange we haven't gone on the same gauge. It's calling these American stock wagons and switching a rake of wagons. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've always called them wagons. I just got out of calling them wagons when I started American modelling, and now I'm back into New Zealand modelling. I'm starting to call them wagons again. Okay, so that one there's been switched away. That wagon's been switched away. I'll just finalise that paperwork, and I've got to get myself another beer. I'm not too sure what time it is in the world where everyone is, but grab yourselves another beer or a coffee or whatever you're drinking. I'm going to flip my waybills over. Maybe they were EMD locos. I think they're mining railroads. Are they mining railroads in New Zealand? I'm not too sure. I don't. Maybe the New Zealand mates will be able to answer that. I don't think there's actually mining railroads, but yeah. I know they cart a lot of coal. Definitely not like we've got over here. Yeah, see, no mining railroads. I think the closest you'd get would be the West Coast coal trains, wouldn't they? Definitely here in Australia, we've got some of the world's biggest mining railroads, but not so much in New Zealand. So I've got a. I'm just going to go grab a drink, so you guys keep an eye on that locomotive and make sure it doesn't run away. And I'll be right back. At least you're not calling them trucks. Yeah. What kind of beer? Cheers, mate. Oh, an ambulance due later. It's 9 p.m. here in Iowa. So this is what we're drinking. This is my favourite beer here in Australia. There's this. Or there's what we call hammer and tongs, which is, I've got an old box of it down here. Hammer and tongs gold. But that's it's definitely not all too seen around the place. Ohio was probably the last line that solely moved coal. Oh, that's right. Ohio and the Ojai, sorry. Ojai, for you, Chris, is in the south of the South Island, New Zealand. The coal mine down there. They were nearly fully blue with yellow ends, said Transrail on the side. There you go. I'll get my beer out of your face. You said you're on ambulance duty? I'm on ambulance duty later. It's 9 p.m. here in Iowa. Oh well. Best not you have a beer then, otherwise you end up in the ambulance. The Huntley coal branch still only solely moves coal. Well, there you go. Right. So we're going to need to get my little switch list out again. Roll a couple of dice. Let's see where our next switching operation is. Won't be too long. I don't know where Brad is. Brad should be on this chat. Oh, Huntley, I forgot about that one, probably because it's the North Island, yeah. Yeah, North Island. I'm just going to quickly roll a couple of dice, guys, and actually, I'll bring you down here. My messy modelling desk. Excuse the empty beer bottle. Right, so this is my switch list. I've resorted to this because, as I say, I don't have a computer to print off like proper switch lists. So, and I've got up here underneath the baseboard is what each number corresponds to. So we're starting off at Alex, and I've got number 5, which is the fuel siding. Now I don't have a wagon in the fuel siding, so a wagon needs to go in the fuel siding. I can only move the wagons that are in the hold boxes. So hopefully we've got one in the hold box. Should be a MCP. Oh yeah. MCP. Now that's in Clyde, so that's going to be picked up from Clyde. MCP. I need a number for that wagon actually. Okay, so that's a Clyde pickup. Stillwater to Naga to Nahawi. North versus south. Yeah. I'll always go south because we had DJs. No, I don't know. I always go south because I'm from the south anyway. So, what are we at? 4. Stage track. Nothing on the stage. Have we got anything for the stage track? Plate siding. Stage track. Foods. What is ZA that's in an off spot? KP's in an off spot. Zoom liquors, Humes pipes, central freight. Now we got nothing for stage track today. 5, we did that, was the fuel siding. 5. Remarkable wines. Okay, so we got to switch around. Oh dear. If it works, it works. Mine is like that at present. I'm doing some one-to-one track planning and moving sidings around to see what works best. Yes, you had 3096. I believe it was. Used as a heavy shunter, I think. I could be wrong. Man, planning this out's like planning the night invasion of Normandy. We need to, that's an off spot. Wagon needs to come out of Remarkables. Central Foods. That's got to be moved around. KS 4601. Okay. So we need to pick that up. And the off spot needs to be done, so KS 4601, which is KS 4601. Was in Kauai, then continues before going to film. That's right, it went all the way up to the top, didn't it? And there was a DJ working the Dover branch in the early 90s. The 90s. What's up with the fives? He was getting fives. Clyde stage track. It's starting in Clyde. Stage track, which is the NC624. NC624. Okay, so that's my 3 wagons from Clyde. 6-2 that need to be picked up. Now I just need to do Alexandra. This one's different because I got to swap around an off-spot car. So number 3, apple and pear siding. 3096 was on here. That's right, yeah. Apple and pear board. What do we got to do go from there? XC2142, XC2407, XC2407, 07, and that's Central Freight Sign. It's Clyde, so that needs a pick up. 4 in Alexandra is, no, we've done that one. 2. Ooh. That one needs to be picked up. We got NC. Oh no, I can't touch that wagon because that was on the last. That's not in the hold box. Two. So no, not that one. 6. Hume's pipes. There we go. Hume's pipes. I think it might be that silver KS, Nathan. Let's have a look. KS. Is that getting picked up already? Silver KP, off-spot XC KP. Is it KS? That's in the set out. So that should go there. Okay, so KS, the silver KS, the KP stays there, so I've got to shunt that around. KS 19977. Got a Hume's pipes. 5 again. What is it up with the number 5 today? 3, apple and pear side. We've done that one. 2, freight side. Already got that one. Is there anything for Fulton Hogan? Okay, so the fuel side. I do believe this KS goes to. Oh, this one goes to the stage track. That's alright then. Sorry, I think. Yeah, that's the one, Nathan. Where are we? KS 19977. Yep, that's your one, Nathan. Okay, so now because we're going to move an off spot around, I think that those 2 cars and Alex will be perfectly picked up. That'll keep us busy. And I've completely lost my dog clip. There it is. Okay. So let's okay, let's go back to proceedings without shaking you around too much. Yeah, so as I was saying before, I've got to take I need to pick up behind the gantry crane the KS over here. That wagon needs to come out, and then this one here gets swapped around with it because that's an off spot. This one here is loaded, I think. XC 1205. Is that 1205? Yeah, that's 1205. So that one is empty. So that's just been emptied. So I'll put this one here as an off spot because it's empty. This one here is loaded. It needs to be emptied so it'll get swapped around. And that's what's happening with that. I need to go and grab the MCP. This wagon. Oh, I thought the thing was falling over there for a second. And also an NC all the way down the back. And what else? There was that, the NC, and the ZA 3263. Yeah, which is that one. A lot of planning, but it's getting there and it works. Now, right, let's go get that MCP first. What year did the KS wagons enter service? Oh, there you go. There's a question. Question for the group. I knew it wouldn't be long. 1969. 1969, eh? Same year as the Roxburgh branch was getting ripped up. The KP wagons must have been earlier because I've seen photos of them on the Roxburgh branch. And the Roxburgh branch closed in 68. So the KPs must have been earlier than the KSs. Seven. I hope it's not too boring for you watching the DJ shunting around the yard. I need to uncouple that one. No, couple. I coupled the wrong one. I wasn't even coupled. Right. KP wagons were early 60s, yes. Yeah, because I've seen plenty of photos of them on the Roxburgh branch there. I'm working in my train layout room, enjoying your layout. Thank you for sharing. No worries, Chris. Thank you for joining the stream. That. You had a few on the coast just before the end of steam. Tell you what, containerisation definitely killed them off, didn't they? You can see the New Zealand Railways were trying everything they had to make themselves more expandable to different freights. My brother shared a link and it had almost every single bloody wagon, and they had an NCL, which is literally an NC wagon, but it had log bolsters on it. So and there was a KP with the roof cut off that was used for wood chips or something like that. They went all out to try and, I mean, I suppose like that MCP wagon, they tried to make themselves so, to cut any sort of commodity. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure whether they're steel or alloy or what. Yeah, I would not have a clue. It won't be long. Someone will come here with an answer. Uncouple that one. Right, I got my MCP wagon. UD wagons. Yeah, they had all sorts. They had in one of my NZR plan books, there's a wagon there with a bulk tallow tank on it. Now, yeah, they really all went out onto to try and cut everything and anything, really. I'm off to go get my MC wagon. There were several weird rebuilds of wagons as well. You can imagine. I think it was more interesting. There was such a variety of wagons back there. Uh, yeah, the bitumen wagon, the bitumen tank wagon, which must have been an absolute prick to get going in the winter time. Trying to keep everything heated so the bitumen would flow. How far trucks could travel with freight? Yeah, I think there was until the contract or something ran out and trucks weren't allowed to carry this or go this far or drive here or there or something like that. Yeah, as soon as that was over, it was game on. Yeah. Yeah, definitely game on. Hence the reason for so many wagons. Yeah. Yeah, they were really, really trying, weren't they? Um, we're going to go up and we're going to sit that NC wagon in here. We're basically where the locomotive is now. Couple there. Turn out. And then that turn out. Go up there and it's been a good old Sunday switching session today. 33 32's had a good run today instead of 302 doing it all the time. We have a new mine opening up soon and it's extra 75 trucks a day on the road. I did hear about that. Is that by Cromwell? I heard there was a mine opening up by Cromwell somewhere. Or by Queensbury or something like that. And what are they mining for? Is it iron ore or the gold? Put that LA wagon all the way back down there. This tripod keeps thinking it's going to fall over. Yeah, I seen something where you would see if you're flying into Queenstown, you'd see this big mine site, and people were up in arms about it. And you'll see this big scar on the land. Well, I don't know what they're mining though. My internet keeps bugging out. I might leave the stream now. Okay, Nathan. Thanks for joining the stream. Is that hook there? Definitely take it easy, Nathan. Until next time, man. No, hokey to grey. Oh, okay. Because I'd see they're trying to open up a new mine in central Otago there somewhere. Yeah, will do, Nathan. Hey, take care and have a great week. I'll see you then, man. Everything they can get out of the ground. Yeah. I'm not going to come up and I'll grab that wagon and I'll push it down onto the MCP. Seems like an easy shunt. And then off to Remarkable Wines. I'm live. Hey, did I drop out? On my live stream there that just said I'm live. Did I drop out or anything, guys? As Nathan said he was having issues with his internet. Hopefully it wasn't mine. Right, we're going to head down. We get this MCP. So I still haven't mastered the brakes on these locomotives yet, but we're getting there. Right, so we're going to take you around to Remarkable Wines, and hopefully you can stay out of the way of the gantry crane. They're planning on barging loads of dirt over the grey bar, and it's probably going to end in another grounding. Probably will. Then there'll be another maritime disaster, and then taxpayers will have to fork out something for something else, I can imagine. I have to take my hat off to you guys still living in New Zealand. I really don't know how you do it. It's I mean, my brother still lives in New Zealand. I don't know how he does it. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, it's unfortunately like the crane is in the foreground, and sometimes when I need a couple wagons up at the back, it sort of gets in the way. But it was a bit of an afterthought. But it looks good, thank you. Now this is the off spot that we've got to switch around. lift there. Actually, these wagons have not been moved since the last live stream. Okay, and then we'll go and couple up to the fruit wagon. This is the empty fruit wagon. Stop. I should install a little light underneath this veranda so I can see what I'm doing. I could not for the life. I need a torch. There we go. And then push that forward again. We'll get this KS wagon. Stop there. Maybe when I get new lighting on this layout, when I get it into the new house, I'll get proper lighting where I can actually see what I'm doing. It's better now than it used to be. I hope so. Not on your switch shunting pit works too. Yeah, this is mine. It's just a bit of wood with a little hook on the end. Because I don't use KD couplers, I've got this little hook, and it won't focus. Oh, stop. So it's a little different than a normal pick you would use for KDs. Let's go see. We pull this rake and wagons out. I got Uber Eats last night, and I got Zambreros. So I got a burrito from Zambrero, and I got a pulled mushroom bowl, they call it. And I was sitting there and I was eating, and I got a notification on my phone that your deliveries, your Uber Eats delivery's just been delivered. I was like, what's going on? I went out the door. I had a second order of Zambreros delivered. So in the end I got 2 burritos. I got a free burrito. And I checked the slip and everything. I wasn't charged anything extra for it. 2 different drivers dropped off 2 orders to my house. So they both come from the same shop. I don't know how that worked out, but so yeah. Moving soon. Yes, February I'll be moving, and this whole layout will be in a double garage. Actually I need to uncouple that one first. Yep, this layout will be in a double garage, and it will be getting expanded. Uncouple that one. And we'll put the ZA in the with him. Gotta love a bonus burrito. Yeah, that's what I thought. I checked, and no, I didn't pay any extra for it. But it's so weird that I sent in one order to one shop. They sent out 2 orders with 2 different delivery drivers to my house. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Chris. It's gonna be interesting. This layout's going to get expanded, but I don't really know exactly how much by how far until I actually get into the house and I actually have a look and measure up the space of the garage. So, but either way, it will be getting expanded. That's for sure. So yeah, bonus burrito. I couldn't believe it. I've been working on a model track for years and I still haven't finished it. Hey Connor Little, welcome to the stream. No, you don't. You don't finish the layouts. There's always something new to do. And while I was busy talking, I wasn't showing you any of the action going on. So we've got this wagon here placed in under the awning. Just don't get the time. Yeah, well, I know what you mean. I did night shift Friday night. We had Saturday night off. Oh, wrong direction. Now I've got work tonight. I've only got work tonight just for one night, and then I'm going back to day shift, and then I've got to go back to night shift throughout the week, so I'm constantly chopping and changing. Trying to even find time to sleep is even hard. But yeah, more room for extra locos and rolling stock, that's it. Yeah, because when I expand, there'll be another whole yard with more industries. So I'll need more rolling stock, so I've got to put in an order for South Dock. But I probably won't do that until I actually see what I need. Where do I work? I work on the roads, Chris. I'm an asphalt worker, so we constantly day shift or night shift, all depends. We got to work around traffic. Work around traffic flows and stuff like that, so we work all over the city. Yeah, so I'm a road resurfacer. I actually drive the machine that paves the road, paves the new asphalt. So stop there, couple onto there, and I'll leave. I think I've got the car card for that. Is it that case? But that one's to pick up from Humes. I'm not even picking that one up. That the XC's got to be an off spot, doesn't it? Let's have a look. The car cards will reveal all. Hopefully a black kettle running around the layout. Yes. Hopefully. Yeah, when I do expand, I really want to do that. I want to have a steam loco to run, from destination to destination. So the ZA is the off spot. That's no longer an off spot. And that is at Remarkable Wines. K is 4601. Oh yeah, that one's ready to come out. 4601. The ZA is being set out. So I'm going to pick up that one, and the NC. That's right. I've got to get rid of. Just got to get rid of this fruit wagon. That's got to go back, and that is going to be a off spot. So where that fruit wagon is, 20. I think it's 2085. No, it's 1205. Let's see. 1205. So that means that fruit wagon is in an off spot. So we put an off spot mark in there. Right, where's my throttle? Uncouple that one. Yep. And we're going to put that fruit wagon back where we got it from. Hey Jamie, I'm going good mate, how are you going? Enjoying a good old Sunday switching sesh? 4601, and then they've got to be, that's been set out, KP 1880, stop. What have you been up to, Jamie? And we've got state of play at the moment. Yeah, I was going to go out last night and I was going to get some more straws, but um, as I said, I had a splitting headache last night. Did you make your own car cards? What do they look like? Is your layout DC or DCC? Well, the car cards are micro mark. I'll sit that there. The car cards are actually micro mark, and this is one of them. So micro mark reorder their number, product number 82910. I don't know if you can read that, but and the way bills all handwritten in that. So yeah, so there is the car cards, and what else? Layout is DCC, so I run the layout on this NCE power cab. So it's all DCC operated. And I went and put that in the hardest place to uncouple, didn't I? I can't see behind that wagon. There we go, we're uncoupled. I'm NCE also, yes. I got the I got the NCE power cab instead of the NCE Pro, because with the Pro you need the booster set with it and also that, but this has all got it in one. So all I need was literally just this cab and the layout fascia plate. That's all I needed, and wired it up, just 2 wires. Um, Alright, we're going to come back, we're going to pick up this case, and then these will all get pushed around to Alexandra. Me too, it's very user friendly and simple. It is. I mean, this thing here, I program all of my locomotives, program all the CVs and all that. It's so easy to use. I love it. And it's easy to hold in the hand, you know. I don't use the wheel. I use these buttons, the incremental buttons. But, I mean, that's speed step 2, 3. Speed step 3 is the most I go up to. And then speed step 1, which is just crawling. But, oh, there we go. As I smashed into that wagon. Yeah, the NCC, it's very, very user-friendly throttle. And as I was saying before in the chat, I will be getting sound for these locomotives. I've got to just get that sorted. Maybe that could be my Christmas present to myself. Michael Lee, how you going, Michael? Welcome to the chat. It's a great running loco. Yeah, see, these were DC locomotives originally, and I converted them to DCC. And with the DCC chips in them, I went in and I reprogrammed all the CVs to get them running absolutely butter smooth, you know. Yeah, DCC it definitely is. It's just there's a little bit of money of it. I mean, this here was like 470 something bucks when I bought this, just for the throttle. So, and then you got to buy the chips and all that, and stay alives and bits and pieces. But it's worth it in the end. And all of my turnouts on the layout, every single rail, the frog is isolated, so the frog is independently powered. So every time these turnouts are switched, these polarity is 100% hooked up for 100% running bulletproof. So there's constantly always 100% power going through. There's around about 13 volts in the track at all times through every part of the turnout, switchblades, everything. Okay, I'll stop there and find out exactly where these wagons got to go. Just my first sound locos. I'm spoiled by sound now. Yeah, I'd like to go to sound actually. It's just these locomotives that got a specific sound, and I sort of want to try and get that right. I do have to go and get another drink, so just keep an eye on this locomotive, guys, and make sure it doesn't run away. That'll be 2 seconds. I'm back. I'm a little bit worried about my brother. He hasn't replied back. He hasn't been on the chat or anything. So it's not like him to miss a stream. I mean, I tried to call him just before the stream, but I couldn't get through. But I wonder if anyone has actually stolen a loco in recent years. Oh, I don't know if there's anyone out there would actually know how to drive a loco, actually start it or actually move it. I'm sure it's been done before. I'm just reading my car card bills here. It's got to go to Fulton Hogan. Oh no, it's the fuel siding. KS has got to go to... Oh, there you go. This is me not reading these properly. That case has got to go back over to Clyde. That's alright then. And the NC's got to go to Central Freight, so... What I'll do, I'll get rid of that NC first. Set outs. ZA3263. Just sorting out the paperwork because this is where I get stuffed up, guys. That's done. The silver one, shipper, Humes Pipes, NC shipper, Central Freight. Wooden post it's got on it, which is this one. And that was... That's set outs. That's right, they're all right. They're all good. Okay, now we need to put... Oh, there's going to be 2 NCs next to each other. Time for Specsavers. Yeah, I know. The thing is, I read the way bill and I just look at who the shipper is and who the consignee is. And sometimes I completely forget that it's the route or via. Sometimes I just try and read them too quick and I stuff myself up. Right, uncouple there. Oh no, I need to go forward. Need to go forward just a fart skin. There we go. Yeah, that turnout. Yeah, it's embarrassing, but I suppose we all make these mistakes so others don't. Oh, there we go, look at that. I have uncoupled. That actually happened in that same place with that LA. The LA was off the rails. Not sure what's going on there. Right. While you got a beer, went to make sure I was subscribed and took a peek at your videos. Hey, thanks, Chris. Awesome, man. Hey, if you scroll down into my videos, if you go all the way back in my videos, you'll see when I used to model American in scale. Used to be called the Willow Creek Subdivision, this channel, a couple of years ago. And that was all, yeah, in scale American before I changed to New Zealand 1/64th. Yeah, definitely. When I told my brother, he was a bit skeptical. He was because my brother used to model NZR, and he was like, "Oh yeah, oh, but you know," I think he was secretly hoping I was going to go HO American, but I wanted something different, and couple that there, uncouple that. Yeah, and I enjoy it. I still enjoy it. It's good. It's I mean, it's set in Central Otago, which is a real place, and the place names are real places, but the track plan and everything's all fictitious, you know, so keep it interesting. Yeah, thanks, Chris. That's awesome, man. I appreciate that. I've got to go and put this wagon over into the fuel sidings. What if I pick up? Oh, I've still got to pick up that one at Humes yet, and one out of the apple and pear board building. I'll get rid of these wagons first. Just going to ask about your railway backstory and track plan. Yeah, so it's basically a switching layout. It's an end-to-end switching layout. Because I like operations, I love operations, I love switching. And the track plan is all basically switchbacks, runarounds, bits and pieces to industries. The way that the wagons are moved around is all done by a dice. So it's all done by probability, sort of. And that's why I wanted smooth running locomotives for switching. So the track plan is basically what you see here. It's all, and the same with Clyde over there, it's all sort of backwards and forwards, run round here and there. I don't need that wagon, so I'll uncouple that one. And we'll go and get this one. I used to mould 00 when I was knee high to a grasshopper. The good old 00. I tell you what, you look at some of the, I don't know if you've seen any of the latest 00 stuff out now, but oh, the amount of detail and stuff they got now. Some of their models, like Acura scale and stuff like that, is unreal. It's a far cry from the old Hornby days, the old Hornby tinplate days. So we're going to go all the way up here. Sorry for going so slow. Most of it was kit bashed into NZR by my man before he passed. Oh, okay, so it was a basis for NZR, which it wasn't too far off. Some of it, a bit more. The Alexandria fuel siding can get even have a double OJA loco somewhere. Because that'd be nice. What would you use for a sort of chassis would be good for that? There'd be like a Duchess class, wouldn't it? A Duchess class, I think, had the two pilot wheels at the front, 3 driving wheels. I think it had the single axle wheel under the cab, I think. I find it funny how British railways, the British locomotives, their steam locomotives, they never had bogies underneath their tenders. It was always rigid frame wheels under their tenders. New Zealand, America, everywhere else had bogies under their tenders. It's just interesting. I've got to go. I've got to pick up a fruit wagon. So this fruit wagon here. Let's make sure that I've got the correct wagon. That's 2407. Yep, 2407, and I'm going the wrong way. Went down the wrong track. Right, now we're right. Now we're getting on. Okay, so the chassis was a Baltic. They had another axle added. Okay. The whole model was built out of cart and 3 different models stitched together. So it was like a Frankenstein model. It'd be nice. A lot of that stuff. Oh, sorry, I was reading the comments. I smashed into that fruit wagon. I'll probably get reprimanded for that. A lot of that stuff that was built, kit bashed by your father, there'll be a lot of sentimental value in that. It's like these DJs. I mean, Key and Cousins. I never ever met him. Oh, wrong direction. I never ever met him, but they got. I don't want to. I'll never ever sell these. I'll never get rid of them. I've never changed them apart from changing them to DCC. No other changes to them at all. Sort of like sentimental. I think he would be proud to see his locomotive still working hard. And we'll stop there. There was a DG and a DF and Drury railcar as well, but as a 5-year-old I pretty much tore them to bits. As you do. And you're like 10 years down the track, you're kicking yourself. You're like, oh, what did I do that for? I reckon just there will do. Yeah, we'll uncouple that one. We'll put this other fruit wagon back that we don't need. This wagon is XA. This one's empty, it's still getting loaded, this wagon, so we've got to put this back where we got it from so it can get loaded. Yeah, exactly. Even my grandfather. Yep, we're getting there. What's happened here? My grandfather definitely would be the same as well. Grandfather passed away in 1998, so he had a lot of the old Graham Farish, English Graham Farish N scale, with the massive pizza cutter flanges. And if he saw what was around today, I've put that in such a fashion that I can't sort of see where my uncoupling tool is. There we go. Yeah, imagine that, yeah. Who would have thought back then, even before DCC, imagine even driving two trains on one track, like separately. Plug my phone in because it's just alerted me my battery's low, so there we go. Phone's plugged in. Temperature of the phone is about 186 degrees Celsius. But we're getting there. Yeah, headlights. Major breakthrough. Oh yeah, this has got directional headlights. It was a selling point on some of their boxes. They would put directional headlights. People were wild at that, and now you got sound. You got bloody, and in some cases, in some HO scale models and 00 scale models, they've actually got steam that comes out of the steam chests. Yeah, who would have thought, eh? All those years ago. Well, all those years ago, I say it like that, but it actually wasn't really that long. It's come a long way in the last, even 15 years, or even the last decade. All these different sound chips, and I mean, some locomotives, they got ditch lights, and they've got blinking lights, and if you watch Charlie from Chadwick, they've even got station announcements on the stations now. And the advent of 3D printing has just basically changed the game completely. Coming there nice and easy. A little bit more. There we go. I've still got my Flying Scotsman with realistic chuffing. Oh, that would have been top. That would have been the bee's knees back in the day. Always cool to have something to remind me of home. Yes. Yep. Yet again, the camera's right on my face. Did that hook drop in? No, it did. And we have a couple there. Yeah, so the idea of the switching layout, I wanted the locomotives to be at absolute crawling paces everywhere, over every turnout, everywhere. So every single rail you see here has got a dropper on it. It's got dropper wires. So it's 100% bits and pieces like that, which makes it easier. Now I'll just park there so I can just go through and read my way bills and have another beer. Okay, so NC624 was set out. That was set out and that gets changed. Set out KS, that's got to go back to Clyde. MCP was set out. down. So we've got 4601 and we should have XC24. Yep, we got our 2 wagons here. They were already for pickup. And I've got to go over to Hume's now and pick up that other KS wagon. I'll take that from Hume's. My latest South Dock kits are a step above what I used to get. I got South Dock kits, well, when I started NZR, probably about 10, 11 months ago now. I put in an order, and when I got the kits from South Dock, I got, this is what I got. Just bear with me. So I got this. I was not expecting, this is all colour. I mean, I think years ago it was just a printed out green piece of paper glued on. You got like colour like this, and just the packaging and the instructions. The instructions are basically still the same. There wasn't really much need to change them, but the kits, the resin that they use, everything just looks so much crisper and cleaner, and it just, I couldn't get over it. The way that the kits and everything was presented, it was just I don't know if they did something to the molds or anything, but I just could not get over the level of detail that were in these castings. I couldn't believe it. So done extremely well with those kits, and I'm glad because I paid good money, and what I got was actually way more than what I expected. So yeah, the NZR stuff is getting better and better these days. Definitely, a lot of work is going on to improve these kits. Thanks Scott for sharing the NZR models with the wider world and showing how good these kits are. Well, it's something different. I want to show people out there that it's not all just American or English. It's something different. There's people want variety in this hobby, and if that means a completely different country and a completely different scale, then yeah. I set up when I got the idea, I was like, I'll change my YouTube channel to the Central Otago Railway, and I wanted to promote New Zealand model railways out there on the social medias and stuff, and I'm glad I did. And it's great to see there's a lot of people out there that are into it, and it looks like the hobby's growing. I mean, VCC have got a website and a YouTube channel now. It's just so good to see this hobby growing. It definitely, Michelle and like they are top-notch kits compared to what we used to get. I'm not bagging what we used to get, but as time goes on, technology improves, bits and pieces like that, and it's just expected. As time goes on, things will get better. And it would be nice if the steam kits were improved on. I've never made a steam kit yet, but I'll take your word for it. I would like to see. What was it? More of a. Oh, it's hard to explain. Fine scale are doing amazing things as well. Yes, I have seen that. NZ fine scale. They're doing. I mean, the etchings, the brass etchings and stuff like that are just completely amazing. Sorry, I'm not driving a train just yet. I'm just sort of reading the comments and having my little spell. More of the way of, the rolling stock and the locomotives and stuff is such amazing nowadays. I would like to see maybe more kits of buildings, maybe like your standard country NZR station, your standard 6,000 gallon water vat, stockyards, typical NZR architecture kits. There is a company over here in Australia that does it, but they do it in HO. They do your standard Australian HO scale buildings, and I'm pretty much sure that you'll be able to do that in New Zealand form. Like you have a station or a goods shed, loading dock, cattle yards, and maybe even get into maybe like a cement loading place or something like just NZR building kits would be nice. Maybe that's a different avenue someone can go down. If you can design and produce NZR building kits, maybe. Because at the moment, a lot of the NZR buildings, they literally have to be scratch built out of styrene and stuff like that. So, love it. Paul Caesar Casa has brought Aussie model railroading into the spotlight here in USA, America, Blair Costa, and there was a guy that has Waldling Flats. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, it's something different. If it's hard to get and it's sort of, I'm interested in it. I live in Perth, Western Australia here, and there's so many model shops I could just walk into, buy an American HO wagon off the shelf, buy a Walthers kit off the shelf, build it. That's just too easy for me. It's too easy. I wanted something different. Something that's going to make people go, oh wow, I haven't seen that before. Oh, where do you get them from? Well, what is that made out of? But I'm going to quickly go grab another drink, another beer, but I'll be right back. And we've got to get rid of this wagon's got to go all the way back to Clyde. We accidentally took it to Alexandria with us. That's got to go to Clyde, and I've got to pick up another KS at Humes on the way. So I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. I'm back, guys. Right, what did I miss? One reason I'm trying to get a AB kit sorted with it, you will etch some 3D printed parts and no white metal. Yes. I think the less white metal I reckon in these kits, I think it would you would reduce the wear and tear, I suppose, on your motor. I mean, these DJs are so heavy. They're good for tracking, and if you've got any flaws in your track, they'll definitely pick it up. But they're so heavy, but they're good. I'm just not looking forward to the day where I've got to replace like worm gear and stuff like that. But hey, it happens in real life, so it happens in model form. All right, let's get going. Let's head over to Humes. But yeah, what I reckon will be great for the hobby would be some NZR buildings. building kits, just a standard station, standard goods shed. Yeah, your typical country branch line goods shed, cattle yards. What else did they have? Loading bank, like a high level loading bank, low level loading bank, water tanks, engine shed maybe. You could even possibly do a turntable, but I think Rail Master Exports does a turntable. I think I'm not too sure, but could be a new avenue. Before I went into NZR, I said to my brother, I said, I'm looking at going NZR. And he said, oh yeah, but you got to you got to scratch build everything and stuff like that. And I think that's where a lot of people sort of get turned away. They hear the word they've got to scratch build everything and they might scare them off a little bit. Pretty sure Little Woods is still operating. So they do kits as well. They do like I'm not too sure what Little Woods is. I'm sorry, but are they like model kit buildings? I'm not sure. Oh, you can't see that. Going to Hume's pipes here. I need to grab. They had the signal boxes and houses and things like that. Oh, nice. Well, at least there's something out there, you know. At least there's something out there. But I think a little bit more would be good as well, you know, like a 30-foot goods shed or a 60-foot goods shed. Right, we're pulling out this string because I need to get this silver KS. That KP's going to go back in here. I am not too sure. When I get off the stream, I'll have to check on what's going on with my brother. He still hasn't checked in, so... This here will do. Uncouple that. You're going to put this silver KP back into Hume's. You posted a video, was it yesterday? Oh, okay, well, I'll have to have a look at it. I'll have to check it out. We got 9 on and 9 likes. So thanks everyone for the likes. That means a lot. Hope you enjoyed the Sunday switching session. I'll definitely go and have a look at it. Just through the fence. The old Datsun's still sitting there. And that one's... I think... they will do, I think. Did someone give some likes? Did I see love hearts or something coming up from the bottom of the screen? Or was I seeing things? I must have been seeing things. Anyway, we're going to go couple back onto that KS. And while we're there, we'll close the gate. Gate's closed. Hold up, here's a few more. Is Littlewood's the one to look for? Yeah, I'll have a look at that after the stream today. Get a couple onto there. Where is this KS going anyway? Don't tell me. Stop there. And okay, I'm just going to find out where that KS is going. KS, it's going to. It's going to go back. This one's going to go back to Alexandra. That's all right. So we'll take this out and we'll push this around to Alexandra, and it's going to go on a stage track, which might be a bit tricky. No, we can do that. No, not on YouTube. It's a company here in New Zealand that produces leather kits. Right. Tell you what, let's go to Clyde. We'll get rid of these wagons here, and I'll push this one back around to Alexandra. Too much faffing about at Clyde. Alexandra, sorry. And those two wagons are going where? Let's go to Central Freight Sidings. And then Clyde Stage Track. That's okay, that's easy enough. Zimmy, how you going? How you going? Welcome to the stream. What have we got today? Let's see if we can revel the cord around. Well, that's right then, that's going to work out. That'll work out fine. Train's coming, guys, don't get worried. I should be out in the shed loco building, but it's pissing down and too loud for the camera. Pissing down. Well, we're finally out of the rain. Remember, it was a couple of months ago I was whinging about the rain. We're finally out of it. We're having some good sunny days. We're getting back into the 30s. So it's not too bad. We'll stop here. So 24 Central Freight Sidings, and then okay. Okay, I can do that. We had nothing but rain through spring. I seen there was a lot of floods in New Zealand. Hang on a second. You guys had a lot of floods not that long ago in the South and the North Island, and the Clyde Dam where I used to work. I used to work on the Roxburgh and Clyde Dam, but they were spilling. They were spilling water. What era is this layout representing? So you're looking about late 80s, late 1980s for this layout. Late 80s, no later than mid 90s. Went from 10-degree days to 21-degree days. It was a bit of a shock. Oh, I bet. What are we today? Oh, we've been getting up to like 30s. What have we had? We've had like 35 so far, so it hasn't been too bad, but it won't be long and then we'll be into the 40-degree days again. It's been relatively cold at night time. What was I doing? Did they have cabooses or brake vans? They had guards vans, they were called. They were called guards vans. We did have brake vans that were used on a couple of really steep sections of track, but they were called, majority of them were called guards vans. Yeah, they weren't called cabooses. I'm going to drop that off there. These wagons are all going to go that way. So I'm running around the wrong wagon. Oh no, I'm not. We're getting snow and we are at 30 Fahrenheit. Oh, nice. I'm not too sure what the temperature today is actually. I'm not too sure. It's pretty warm because I've got the fan going on in here. Did New Zealand stop using guards vans on freight in the late 70s or early 80s? I believe it was sometime in the late 70s. I could be wrong. Hang on a second. There's someone on this chat, there's someone on the stream that will know it better than me, mate. Give it time, someone will answer. But I believe it was late 70s, maybe. And they went to, yeah, it could be early 80s, I'm not too sure. Someone on here will know. When did we stop using guards vans, guys? I'm not too sure. I'm trying to think back to because we got the FM guards van. Was that brought out when we were still using guards vans, or was that brought out afterwards? I'm not too sure. The loco was completely out of shot. On passenger services, they had the FM vans on for long after that. Yeah, I think I remember the Southerner. Oh, I'm pretty sure the Southerner used to have a guards van because from Central Otago, Dunedin area. I think I remember seeing the Southerner had FM guards van. Which, actually talking about that, I think is coming back, isn't it? Between Christchurch, Dunedin and Invercargill, I believe. It's good to see that again, passenger services back. Because New Zealand definitely needs it. Now, what am I doing now? Now I've got to go forwards. There we go. If it does come back, it won't last long. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, come back and then there'll be some sort of it'd be basically reliant on tourists, wouldn't it? Or as I was reading, could be like a rugby game or something. You know, you jump on the train, go to Dunedin or something for a rugby game, or. But I don't know. I mean, we've done so many years without it. is it really needed again? Over these years that we haven't had it, has there been so many people whinging about it that we don't have it? To be fair, I think a lot of people didn't actually miss it when it did go. But if it's going to bring tourists in, yeah, definitely, I reckon. Yeah, I can imagine the South Island main trunk wouldn't be that exciting. You go on something like the Torrey Gorge, definitely, but not the South Island main trunk. That wagon's got to go to Central Freight Siding. Okay. Done the Trans-Iphone lots. I've never done that. To be honest with you, I've never ever done the Southerner. When it was running. I was living in New Zealand when it was running. Never did it. I've done the Torrey Gorge 3 times. Kingston Flyer a few times. I've never done the Trans-Alpine. I've never done any other train journey actually. We got what we at 2 hours and 20 minutes of live stream. This was the last of XC2407, the KS. And that KS, it was done. This is the last of that switch list that I made up before. We're going to go and we'll couple onto here. Nice and easy. Oh, there we go. Couple onto there. And uncouple there. The more and more I'm doing this now, the less likely I want to go to work tonight. Steam trip would be good. I mean, the only steam trip I've been on is the Kingston Flyer, but I would love to do a steam trip up the Torrey Gorge. But, Stefan, you're going to build a layout. Even if it's just an IKEA shelf. Yeah, because you're going to watch these live streams and my videos and you're going to get inspiration. You could help me try and promote the hobby throughout the rest of the world. Okay, so I've got a KS on either end of this DJ, and we're going to run all the way down to that LA wagon down the back there. It's a good hobby. There's something new about it all the time. It's a different way of railroading in this world that not everyone gets to see. I remember you telling me about the Alma Lane Roundhouse, yeah. Well, you scrap that idea and you go straight on to the next idea. So think of the significance. I would love to see someone do a one of the Dunedin railway station. I don't think I've ever seen a model of Dunedin railway station. You know, what's that place just out of Dunedin? Port Chalmers. It comes out of the tunnel, and like back in the day, yeah, I'm talking in the steam days. Come out of the tunnel, and it was straight onto wharfs and into industries and stuff. You could do a layout where it came straight out of the tunnel, and the other side of the tunnel could be just staging yards, and just have it come straight out of the tunnel onto wharfs and stuff, and it as a switching layout. Know what I mean? So every time the train goes back through the tunnel, it goes through to the staging yards. That'd be a cool idea. You wouldn't have to have a two-place destination. You could bring your wagons out from the fiddle yard out the back of the tunnel, and you can switch them out on the wharfs. Yeah, definitely. I reckon, definitely Stefan. But yeah, I reckon that'll be a. I'm surprised no one's actually done it before, because I don't think there's any other place in New Zealand where the track comes directly out of a tunnel and into like an industrial area. Yeah, I get a lot of enjoyment out of building as well. I'm sort of funny. Like I'll go on a building spree, and then I'll get sick of that, and then I'll get on an operation spree. Especially when things are running as good as they are now. I've got everything dialed in. And we are still heading around to. Gonna come across Chicago Street. Nasty, rusty old KS. And, NZR steam motors are a bit of a pain when you run them as much. All sorts start wearing out. I can imagine there'll be so many bits and pieces, like moving parts that'll wear out for sure. Prototype again? I will look it up. What is that prototype again? I will look it up. The prototype, what were you looking for, sorry, Chris? Otago Central Branch. What was that prototype? Yeah. Otago Central Branch. The yards and everything are completely fictitious, but the place names and all that are real. The tunnel onto the docks. Oh, Port Chalmers. It's a little harbourside town just north of Dunedin, New Zealand. And literally comes out of the tunnel. Right next to the tunnel there was like a pub, and when it came out it was into all sorts of docks and wharf side and stuff like that. So If you don't have the space, I reckon that'd be perfect switching layout. Just have a fiddle yard on the other side of the tunnel. You'd be laughing. Now we've got the KS going to where it finally needs to go after all this time. Yeah, uncouple there. Okay, so that car card there can be put away. Oh, good afternoon, Brad. Here comes the night shift. I was wondering where you were, Brad, because I gave you a call before the stream. Yeah, you're late, all right, Brad. Was out and about. Nah. You've almost missed all the action. Was it model related? No. It better have been. It better have been model related. No, it was not. Fun. Oh, there you go. Being dropped by your own brother for non-model related content. Unbelievable. I have successfully done that whole car card way bill. I'm going to go back because I guarantee you I didn't switch these around properly. So that shipper is Fulton Hogan, shipper Central Freight, they're fine. Ooh, we've got a UC tank wagon coming up. XC2407 shipper, that needs to be changed. 4, 3. Set out. Remarkable Ron shipper 4601. Oh, it's silver 3, 4. Okay. That one's set out. KS Silver. Alexander Stage Trace 3 to 4. That's perfect. We are all set out, and the car cards, well, the way bills, are all in the right space. That's okay. My excuse for missing a couple, I was fishing. Chucked up a video this morning. Oh, I thought you said you chucked up, Brad. I watched it. It was just about that. I watched it. Was just about the extension. Yeah, I watched that too, Brad. I watched your video this morning too about your extension. It's looking good. It's coming along well. I did see that, Brad. I did see that. 18%. What is? Hang on. It's just gone after lunchtime. So you do realise with the new extension you're going to have more operations now, so you're going to have to do some more operations videos. What was I doing now? Oh, there's a big spider there. Oh no, it's dead. It's alright, it's dead. I'm going to quickly go grab another beverage. Yes, and construction videos. Yeah. Yes, you're going to have to do some more. More coming up. I'll be back in 2 secs, guys. I'm back. Right, what about? Your layout looks way longer than it actually is, Brad. Quite impressive. That's what she said. Oh, sorry, I had to say that. But yeah, it is quite impressive, Brad. Your layout, the um, length of it. Anyway, what have I been going? I got another. Alex. Thanks again for sharing and answering my question. No worries there, Chris. Hey, I'm glad you went along and had a look at my channel there. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm pleased with how it's turned out. It has turned out really well. I appreciate you, Chris, for coming along. That's awesome. Yeah, your layout's turned out quite well there, Brad. Yeah, that's small compared to the width of the street. Like I said, yeah, anything looks small if it's compared to the width of the street. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm just waiting for Brad to jack the layout up another 2 feet, put a helix in and put a lower deck on it. I did have my N-scale American layout. I had wasn't sort of like a helix, but the track used to go down underneath it to a iron ore loader or gravel loader, and it used to be an operating. It used to actually operate. I used to load my little N-scale hopper cars, and then the hopper cars would go all the way up to the top, and then I scratch built a car dumper, and I used to grab a hold of the cars, tip them upside down, and dump them. I scratch built the whole lot. If you're interested, you go into my YouTube there, and go back a few videos. You'll see some videos there. The little auger that I used to load the cars to get the gravel to go along the little straw was an old spring out of a Bic pen, and that was attached to a motor, and as that turned it acted like a little auger, and that's how I used to move the gravel to load these N-scale hopper wagons. So yeah, go and have a look at that if you're interested. N-scale, it's quite fiddly doing it. Made the wagon tippler and everything all completely a scratch built. But we got 10 likes. Look at that. 10 likes. I'm just figuring out. That's done, that's done. Right. I've been going on for what, 2 hours and 40 minutes now, so I reckon I'm going to end the stream there. This is the longest stream I've actually ever done. I thought about it, Stefan. I thought about it. I did actually look around, and 3'6" had a whole lot of NZR 120 stuff and bits and pieces like that. I've still got all my points, and turnouts and everything. I've kept all them. I was going to buy another box of track, but yeah. So I thought about it, but I wanted the detail of 1/64th. So I did British N-scale, and then I moved from British N-scale to American N-scale. I just wanted to change a little bit more detail, so I went up next size. But yeah. Good night or good afternoon there. Yes, good afternoon. It's just gone to afternoon over here, Chris. I watched your video about the tender, Stefan. You think of cutting that kit supplied form into quarters and move it out. That makes sense. Oh yes, I did see that about the formers. Hmm. Possibly, possibly. And yeah, as I said, we've got near 2 hours and 40 odd minutes, so I'm going to wrap the stream up there, guys. Thank you so much for all tuning in. I did wrap it after I was already fixed in place. Tube tender is now finished, ready for paint. Yeah, I'll definitely be watching more videos from you, Stefan, about that, the Loco kit. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming onto the stream. Thank you all for your likes and your input. I've got work tonight. I don't start work until 9:30 tonight, which is still a fair way off. So a couple more beers, I should be right. But yeah, if you're new here, go over to my channel, Central Otago Railway. Jump on there, have a little look around. But until the next Sunday, with the next stream, I'll see you all there. Please, everyone, stay healthy, stay well, stay safe, and the rest of it. And yeah, thank you everyone, and I'll see you all later. Right, bye.